Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right, Chris, so what's going on with Solo, man?
I gotta say, it was very good. It was very good. I have to tell you, I think I actually liked it more than Rogue One.
Oh, my God.
Sadly, I have to say the same.
Yeah, I like Rogue One. I like Rogue One a lot. But I have to say, as far as, you know, if you wanted me to say which of the Star Wars story movies I would rather watch, I'd probably pick this.
Wow.
I had a much better time with this than I did Rogue One.
Yeah.
So Ron Howard did a great job.
Yes.
I think everybody involved, whoever came up with all this, it wasn't perfect, obviously, but
Yeah.
I have to say though, I found very little wrong with this movie. Like, really, I did. Like, I had one problem with it, I think, the whole time.
Okay, let me ask you a question, both of you. What's going on with the box office that they're saying that it's not meeting expectations?
It's not, and it's not going to. But I expected that because of all the production trouble this movie had, and the fact that it's still coming off of the reactions from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And also, there's something very weird going on with movies right now, because Deadpool took a nosedive.
Well, like, not only Deadpool, but Avengers.
Everything. So there's something about this time of year, which is unfortunate because Godzilla 2 just moved to this point. But there's something about this time of year where certain movies just don't do well, and it's kind of weird.
Do you think it's the piracy?
No, I don't. I mean, that might be like a small part of it, but I think maybe it's people are doing other things during Memorial Day week.
I mean, well, first of all, Memorial Day weekend, people go away. I mean,
yeah.
It's the summertime. People are wanting to be more outside than they do inside.
But wouldn't it springboard back up, though?
Is a second thought.
Wouldn't it springboard back up after Memorial Day weekend's over?
It depends. It really does. I think the word of mouth, and see, this is, again, and I noticed this, and I'm surprised that this trend is still holding true to a point. This seems like the opposite of The Last Jedi, where it's the critics don't like this one, but the fans do. Because I've seen a lot of fan reactions saying, this is good, go see it. But I'm seeing a lot of critics going, it's not that good. And it's like, I don't know where this disconnect is coming from. I can't put my finger on it. It's just this weird, like, reality.
I mentioned this to a buddy at work. It says, this looks like a movie they were talking about in the past, how this might be the first movie that could get sequels to it. And I could see the way it ended, I won't do any spoilers, the way it ended, I could actually see them doing at least one or two more after this.
Is the fans pissed because of Last Jedi and they're not going to see this out of retaliation?
I think that's
maybe a
part
tidbit.
Yeah, I think that's more so than the release date, because I think that this is my thing, and I was thinking about this before. I think this would have done much better if it came out in December.
Yeah, same.
Well, so do I. So do I.
I always thought Star Wars movies should be a Christmas treat, basically.
I really can't figure out why they put this movie out in May. I really don't know.
I don't understand why after 6 months.
Maybe?
No, but 6 months, they're greedy.
I just don't understand why this needed to come out in May. I mean, I know Mary Poppins is coming out in December, but really, is that like really a problem?
You could have just had Mary Poppins come out the following year or something.
I don't. And you know what's really unfortunate about this is that it's not going to do as well as it should, because this is a good movie. This is a good Star Wars movie in general.
But is this going to be the first failure?
I don't. They're not going to consider it a failure because they're still making more movies. They're going to look at this. They're going to look at this as a blip on the radar and go, oh well.
But wait a minute. Forget about what they think. If you spend $500 million on this movie, which we don't know, they're hiding the budget. If you spent 500 and you make 400, you failed. So why is that? Why?
No, because well, I'll tell you why.
Because you got
Hold on, Scott. Wait, go ahead. Let me see what he has.
This one, based on the fan reaction so far, they might be looking at this as going, well, it didn't make the money back, but we got some of the fan base back.
But wait a minute. Your fan base comes back but the box office isn't there. So what does that tell you?
Give it time, though.
Exactly.
I don't think you got the. First of all, I don't think they got the fan base back with Star. I think they lost people. Still.
Like I said,
No.
it's summer. It's pretty much the beginning of summer, and people are not going to be inside.
Hold on. You guys talking over each other.
I'm not saying the whole fan base. I'm saying some of the people that they lost, from what I've seen, are coming back saying this was actually good. And they're going forward with this. Now, is the movie going to make the money back that they want? No. So on that end, you're right. They're going to look at that and go, well, that didn't work the way we wanted it to.
But it would fail financially.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't matter, though, because they're not stopping anything that they're doing.
But
so
it won't matter in that sense, but it will matter that this is the first failure, though.
But so what? This one doesn't – this is the thing. If they looked at this and they said stop everything, then I would be like, okay,
no,
that's a
I'm
problem.
not saying it's gonna be like no, yeah.
Since they're already planning on making more and they're not stopping anytime soon from what we've seen. Yeah, okay, this one failed, but you know what? They're gonna go, eh.
Yeah, but don't release them. Don't release them every 6 months.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna understand that.
I hope so.
I think if they're gonna learn anything, that.
Once a year, or not even once a year, once every couple years if you could.
I don't think they're going to stop. I don't think they're going to do that every once a few years. They should do that like that, but they're not going to
do that. They're greedy. They're greedy. I'm sorry.
Movies.
They're greedy.
They've got like 8 movies coming up.
Do you think episode 9 is going to be affected?
No, I don't.
Really? Not at all.
It's basically separate anyway.
I think that some people aren't going to go see it because of what happened with 8, but I'm telling you right now, I think it's going to be fine. It's not going to have like the mega numbers that The Force Awakens had, but you know.
Okay.
But focusing on Solo though, I think that if you're a Star Wars fan, definitely go see this because you're going to like it.
Okay.
I
like it, right?
I think you will, yeah.
Okay, good.
And the baddie in it is worth the money as well.
What?
And the baddie in it is worth the money as well.
Okay. Now, what happened with Deadpool?
Say this much.
Don't spoil anything for me, Scott. Don't spoil nothing. I don't want to hear. All right.
I'm going to say is the baddie is worth it, and you can see how they come into play.
All right.
I'm going to tell you what, though. There's something that happens in this movie that's going to confuse the shit out of people.
All right, don't no more spoilers.
You know what I mean, Scott?
Yes.
No more spoilers. All right.
We didn't spoil anything.
No, we didn't.
Don't say anything else.
What we mean.
All right.
Why did the poo come in?
What happened to Deadpool 2?
Apparently, it took a nosedive at the box office.
Why?
Which I'm shocked about. I don't know. I'm telling you, something weird happened this summer so far, where it was like Avengers didn't do what people were thinking, and then Solo. We were kind of expecting it to do this, but then Deadpool apparently it dropped like unbelievably.
Is it maybe things are changing and you don't put movies out in May anymore then, or big ones? Maybe they have to change their business model for the outline of when you put movies out.
You might be right, yeah.
Because
I don't know,
saturation is what's the problem.
No,
it is
because people go on vacation now.
Yeah,
I saw a post about big Disney movies that came out around this time, and it was like if you kind of look at them, they always have a problem around this time with certain movies that are big budget movies, and it's like wow.
Then don't put nothing out in May then. Except for
it's not that it's not putting it out in May. They've oversaturated the market right now, and people are going, okay, we've seen this. And then it's like, okay, do we see that again or do we see that one?
See, like Marvel, they got hurt by their own character, and they don't have the rights to it. Deadpool,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
And then, like Disney hurt themselves with Avengers because Solo took money away from Avengers. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It did. Yeah.
So why are you going up against yourself though? That's like dumb. Are you that greedy that you?
I'm telling you right now. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think that I'm starting to understand the idea for moving Godzilla 2, because either they're looking at this and they're going, we're willing to take the risk, or they're looking at this and going, well, this is around the time Disney has problems, we can take that #1 spot.
Wow. I mean,
I tell you right now, I think if Godzilla came out around this time instead of Solo, I think that would have been #1.
So Deadpool is like done now or no?
I don't think it's done. I think it's going to do kind of like what you said before, where it's going to go up like next week. But
I think honestly, I think things are going to skyrocket next week.
It could, yeah.
Because look what comes out next week. There's nothing really big coming out, so they got nothing real big. There's nothing really exciting that I see something. There's nothing out in the cinemas next week that I really want to go see. So they got a choice between either Solo or Deadpool.
Yeah.
So
and then next week there's a thing called Action Point, Adrift, and Upgrade. All movies that are not really.
Yeah. Basically, to me, B movies, which they could have easily put on Netflix, which you could easily see on Netflix. So Solo and Deadpool are going to be the top spot for 1 and 2.
I think Deadpool is going to overtake Solo.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Those are going to be your 2 movies that are going to be competing against.
I don't understand why Avengers got beat by the book club during the week. That was weird.
My damn sister went and saw that book club thing. That's why.
How many times did she see it?
I don't know. I blame her for. I need to say that on her Facebook page because of you.
Yeah, blame her. Tough fault.
Yeah, I can't explain that thing with Avengers. I don't know what happened. I thought this was gonna be like ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest with you. This didn't do anything close to what I like against. Like, I'm not talking monetary value, but reaction wise, I think the first Avengers did a better job than this.
Yeah.
Because remember that thing? They couldn't get it out of the theater.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's the book club and not a wrinkle.
They had to put it back. This one, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Well, tonight was a weird night. Also, tonight I thought Fear the Walking Dead wasn't on. Which, not that it's great anyway.
Mm.
So I'm like, wow, I was shocked they didn't put it on Sunday night. It was like weird, you know. It's like you're used to the thing. So I said to Sharon, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell are we gonna do? It was the zombie thing on Sunday night. So I decided, you know what? Let's watch a zombie movie. So we watched that movie with Martin Freeman, Cargo, where his wife gets bit.
Yeah.
They have a baby. He gets bit. And then he has to get the baby to somebody for them to raise his kid before he dies.
Yeah, it's like 24 to 48 hours before he fully turns.
48 hours.
Yeah.
So, like, Sharon didn't like it at all. It ain't something to write home about. I'm going to tell you right now. Don't go into it thinking Walking Dead and all these different...
I didn't think so from the trailer.
I liked it because it was different, but not different as in... Like, don't expect action-packed. Yeah. This is all characterization, all story, all like people.
Pardon the pun. It reminds you something of The Hobbit, a trek with. If I was really tired, I might fall asleep while this movie was. It's not a movie you would go see in a theater. It's something you would see on cable. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't look like that.
Yeah, no. And it was a night. It was. I like what they did, but. Again, you would never have a sequel to this ever because it was not that good like that. So that's what I had Zombie Sundays we spent seeing that. So there's that. Do you have any news, Chris?
I actually don't think.
Well, here's the thing I wanted to ask you, and I know you guys are not video game people. Did you hear the controversy over the video game Battlefield 5? That they did a game about World War II, but all of a sudden they did it where it's not accurate, where they had a female with a like almost like she's like a female in the World War II with a prosthetic hand.
What?
And people were like, now I didn't see the trailer. I heard the controversy.
What?
I did the cast on it already, but then I saw the trailer afterwards. And I got to tell you, they did this because they were worried about the SJWs. Now, hold on a minute, because why do you care about SJWs if they're not buying your video games?
Yeah.
But your fan base, you just shit on your fan base.
Well, look at the FIFA. I still remember the FIFA controversy with them wanting to put a female team.
But let me explain to you why I see it as controversial. Forget about the gender thing.
Yeah.
They didn't have prosthetics.
No, they didn't.
In the 40s. Common sense. If you lost a hand, you just had nothing there. They didn't have any robotics. They didn't have any.
The best you could do is maybe a wooden hand.
You had there was nothing.
How advanced of a prosthetic are we talking here?
It was like a metal thing. Like,
are we talking about like a Luke Skywalker hand? Or
no, but it was like a metal. Like all I know is that one. My dad was in the military. You weren't allowed to be fighting anything if you didn't have. That's one. Common sense. That's one. So stop changing history. But the other thing was too. Yeah, I don't really recall women being like going around shooting things like men. It was a different time where yes, they were maybe part of the military, like nurses and stuff, but it was a different era. Like they didn't have that. Do you remember that, Chris?
Well, they did have prosthetics in the 40s.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like they're completely.
Yeah, but you didn't have like women fighting on.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, was she in combat? 'Cause I didn't see the trailer. So was she in combat, or was it?
She was like a main member of that team.
Okay, like, I'm pretty sure, especially during that time. I don't know if there's anyone who knows more than me. Please correct me, but pretty sure she wouldn't have been in combat.
No, but the whole thing was, it was like, come on. We know about women's rights, and we know about they didn't want them to vote and stuff. I mean, like, are you kidding? Like, I know you're trying to cater to an audience now, but so then a lot of fans flipped out on the company.
Right, yeah.
And they said, not my Battlefield. Then they said, like, well, there's stuff. What are you sharing?
There's the prosthetic hand thing, and there's another one right there.
Okay. But it wasn't even that. It was more, look, anyway, the whole thing.
Call of Duty just won this battle thing.
So listen, the whole thing is that she was like a major, like almost like a bro, like the old, like, interact like
Mass Effect.
They were trying to make her the female hero of World War II, and it doesn't exist, and it never happened. And the fans said to them, like you said, because they made a statement that they're accurate, right? Then they're saying, well, they're not accurate, but they're all about diversity.
That's kind of the wrong time period to be putting that in.
So they basically, and this is EA. Now, you remember EA screwed up Battlefront, too.
Yes.
So they basically said a big F you to the fans, like, don't, like, buy it. Like, we don't care. We're doing it. And it's like, oh, you're an idiot.
Then they're going to complain when the sales don't match what they want. And they're going to be like, the millennials are killing the video games.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the new Call of Duty Black Ops 4, they don't allow single player, so you were forced to be. And not everybody likes multiplayer stuff. I don't like that yet, really. So, like, I can't play it anymore. And I'm like, well, that's great. Then I'm not going to have it. Then. And Battlefield, they screwed up with this thing. Now, people are saying, well, listen, it looks like it's the best game ever. You don't have to be. You don't have to be a female. That's not the point. The point is that I don't need to have a company cave in to groups and trying to make fake shit now all of a sudden.
Yeah, especially during World War II, which it's like normally when you think of World War II, you think of kind of like the young men in battle.
Yeah, the 18 on
now,
up.
don't get me wrong. Without women, we would have lost World War II because they held everything down in the country and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some, I'm almost certain that there were some that were in the military, but still, I mean, you got to pick your battles here. No pun intended.
This reminds me of what they did with the Will Smith Wild Wild West, almost, if you think about it.
Well, that was just idiotic from.
Yeah, I know. But granted, I mean, it reminds me like on the same take. Yes, they had black spies in that back then, but they wouldn't have had somebody of James West being allowed to be black in a way.
Yeah, basically.
Now, they probably would have allowed him to be an Artemis Gordon, but they wouldn't have allowed him to be a James West.
Yeah, during that time period, that wouldn't have worked out very well for him.
Yeah, I just don't like people rewriting history. I mean, you're going to make a game and you're going to say you're accurate. You got to make it accurate. You can't, cave into the current people now. Chris, I'm going to send this to you.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to Scott. What I want, Chris, you to watch it now. All right? You could drop out and then come back in if you want. It's not that long. Okay? And then when you come back in, I want Scott to watch it afterwards and he could drop out. Right? Because I just want to get your opinion once you watch it. Can you do that?
Yep.
All right. So he's going to watch that and we're going to see basically what he thinks. Now, I did box office. I did a cast by myself, Scott.
Yes. Yeah, because when you caught me the first time, I was still at work, and when I took that photograph of me like this, I was trying to hit the little voice thing.
You know what it is? I didn't want to. I usually we do the cast now, but for some reason I want to do a cast early because I missed one the other night. So I invited everybody, and I invited Susie, and then she's calling me while I'm doing the cast. I invited you in. So, I can't stop a live stream to talk to you if you know I'm in there. I sent you the invite.
Dive in. Yeah, we left you.
So then, and she kept calling me while I'm doing I'm like, what? And then I'm watching a movie, and I posted all over Facebook. I'm watching Kong, and she's calling me again. I'm like, Josie, now. Just warning labels, Matrix Launch watching a movie, right now. It's We'll get her in the next guest.
Yeah, I come on expecting to do a Diamond show or a trivia, but something was going wrong with Vaughn TV to where it was delaying it for a handful of people. So they'll probably so in other words, you'll see people putting down the name of the song or the name of the artist, and then a few seconds later, the song would start. And so they had a VIP, a couple of VIPs from Vaughn in, and I came back there. I got myself all cleaned up.
Last night I wanted to do a cast with you guys, but then when nobody came in, I decided to go to bed. So I went to bed, and I screwed myself up because I'm not used to going to bed that early. And then I woke up at 1, and then I started playing Call of Duty at 2, and then I didn't go to bed at 4.
I kept looking back at Facebook expecting to do a cast, and I didn't see anything pop up.
Yeah, I fell asleep yesterday after a while. I was just, I've been tired because I'm working every day.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to do review the occupations, right? Remember?
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
You're still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We know.
Just making sure.
Yes. No, we know.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that was that looks like a lot of fun to play.
It does.
I'm noticing the like to dislike bar, and wow, this is pretty much what happened to Call of Duty when they tried to do something like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you think it's warranted or?
I don't know. I mean, I can't really figure out.
If you come out and you say you're accurate, and you pride yourself on being the most accurate.
I don't know. I don't think that's very
And then you say, well, it's okay because we put a woman in there. It's all right.
Well, especially that. Like, that was like her whole friggin' arm.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I think that might be pushing it just a
But
little
you wouldn't
bit.
they wouldn't. Okay. They wouldn't let you join the army if you had flat feet. They wouldn't let you join the army if you had blood pressure, but they can let you join the army or join whatever with a prosthetic arm. Like that, like, are these people idiots?
Maybe she's not part of a sanctioned military operation.
Oh my God.
Maybe
man.
these
What
are
is
rogue
wrong with
people
these people?
fighting the Nazis.
I can't understand it. Like, if you had some type of illness, you couldn't join. It was any little thing you couldn't join. Like, it was like a thing.
Yeah, Steve Rogers knew about that.
I know. No, my dad told me. My dad's like, this guy had like 5 feet, or this one, no, you can't be in it. No. And because they didn't want to make sure that you're in top performance. They wouldn't allow any, because they don't want to have anything that's going to kill your platoon. Like, they want, boom. So, like, if you had one arm, they would never let you even sign up at all. So, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
And even if she got hurt, she still wouldn't be able to go back either.
Well, you know what's funny about that, too, is that's actually a really cool character design. That would have been cool in something else.
Yeah, if it was taking place in the future.
Sure, yeah.
Like, like a 2068 or whatever the hell it is. Like, they had these Call of Duty games. Scott's watching it now. So
I don't know, man. That looks kind of iffy to me.
Again, EA screwed up, huh? They messed up with them. Now, did they lose the license for Star Wars or no? They still have it.
For now, I'm pretty sure they still have it, but I've heard that Microsoft is making a play for it or something like that.
I would pull them from that. Take it away from them because it's screwing up.
Yeah, I think it's EA's. I think EA's time with Star Wars. I think somebody else has to have it. I really do.
Yeah. Done. He's staring. I don't know if that's approval or not approval. He's looking the other way. Looking back. He's like, what?
Seeing the press, that's a hook, basically.
I know, but you wouldn't be allowed in the military.
No, you wouldn't. No, that'd be considered. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's called a 4F or something like that. But yeah,
my dad was in Vietnam. You wouldn't be allowed in anything.
No.
That's
they
bullshit.
wouldn't even let people in if they had fallen arches. So
hey, thank you. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I mean, you don't do shit like that if you're trying to be accurate.
Unless based off of some person that they found during World War II fighting the Nazis. But, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I could see her being part of maybe a resistance.
But she looked like, first of all, women's back then, right? Like, you know what? I don't even know if I want to say it.
If they wrote her,
she seemed out of place. I agree with you. The character model seems out of place with the environment and the time period they're trying to.
All right, I'm going to say stuff that's going to offend people.
Uh-oh.
No.
That goes
no, I have to say no.
There goes the family friendly.
No. Idiots now making a video game that have no effing clue about the 40s and how men and women were with each other. Like, it wasn't
in particular.
Like, it was so different back then. Like, they would, like, hit on women and, like, hey, they didn't treat them right. No. Like, you wouldn't be in a platoon with the guys would make. This is not reality. And I know it's a video game, but they pride themselves on being accurate. It's not accurate. And no feminist or no real feminist or woman would accept this because that's not what happened back then. Nope. Because they would want to show what women went through. Like, that's not believable. Like, these idiots.
Like I said, I could see them doing this character as if she was part of a resistance faction, but not an actual officer within within a platoon. No.
This is going to screw up people that have no clue.
Because women didn't have the right to even join the army practically back then.
There you go. See, so I don't even know what
the highest they could do is maybe a stenographer or maybe a code breaker. But other than that,
I don't.
You pretty much saw them working in the factories as Rosie the Riveter.
See, that's, you know what? They're idiots. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah.
Well, she broke that guy's face with whatever that was. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she is a code breaker.
Yeah. No, we knew we were live, dude. We were just talking. But I was like making a joke towards Susie because we were like, you know, I invited Susie, and Susie kept calling me on the Google, and I'm like, come in, you know. Okay, so besides that, what else people been talking about? Oh yeah, the Halloween trailer is gonna drop soon, and whoop-de-doo, we heard Michael Myers is gonna die in this one. Well, this is an ego movie. We heard this, that he only made it not for the fans, but he just wanted to show that Michael Myers is not immortal. So it's for his own twisted purposes. He didn't do it for me. He didn't do it for you. He didn't do it for anybody. He did it to try to show to Rob Zombie, aha, see, he's mortal. I win. No, you don't, because the movie's going to bomb, and you're just going to cost the movie company a lot of money.
Yep.
No, you didn't win. Like, you should see your own sequels, even if you didn't do it. If I sold my character, I let these people make sequels to my character, I would definitely watch the sequel, even if I didn't do it. That's ego that he won't watch his character. I didn't do it, so I don't need to watch it. And then you want to say it sucks, but you never watched it. Why would you do that? Like, what is ego that strong in this world?
Yeah.
That they just do not want to see it.
Granted, there's some actors that don't want to see their work because they see it from the point of view as them.
But you can't make a comment that the sequel sucks.
Or producer who created their own character, yeah, they should go back and watch their characters, whether they were behind it or not.
You can't say the sequel sucked if you've never seen them. That doesn't make any sense. How would you know? But so
I wasn't doing it.
The Halloween is just going to be one big clustermuck. And what is this thing about a Lord and Miller solo trailer that exists? Did you hear about that, Chris?
No, but I'm sure it exists.
What solo trailer?
The Lord and Miller who worked on the movie before they were fired. You know.
That was another thing I was thinking about. It was shortly after they announced they were doing the Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
They better let this man direct this movie. Because if they lose another director, yeah.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
They got to just like keep these directors from going too far off the rails, but let them do what they have to do.
Yeah.
And when I mean too far off the rails, I'm not talking like, oh, Boba Fett had a different colored ship at one point. I mean like, oh, we were going to give Boba Fett wings. Like, okay, that's going too far off the rails. But
Boba Fett's really a good guy. And he cares about people and loves people. And he likes puppies.
Right. Let's
Puppy Fett.
Let this man make his movie and let's let it breathe. Just let it go. And maybe we'll have something that a lot of people will like and everything will be okay. But if you lose the director again, it's going to be friggin' pandemonium until the damn movie comes out.
Now, what's this thing about Sony putting this Morbius movie ahead of Black Cat and Silver Sable movie? Like,
they're doing a Morbius movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, they're like,
who is Spider-Man going to have left to fight?
Yeah.
Spider-Man, believe it or not, Spider-Man had a huge rogue gallery that was bigger than so many heroes put together.
Yeah,
but they're still taking a lot of them, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who is he gonna have left?
Care Bears.
Well, let's look at this movie for a second. Let's see what they're trying to do, because
Garbage Pail Kids.
We know that the Vulture's in it.
Yeah.
We know that Mysterio's in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 of the Sinister Six. So, are we trying to show Sinister Six? Is that what
They're probably going to
all
hit him
over the
on
world?
Craven,
Craven the Hunter,
yeah,
Sinister
they're going to hit
Six.
upon him. You watch.
Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Did they say they were making a Craven the Hunter movie?
They said they were going to do a Mysterio movie at one point in time too.
Yeah.
But then that is, listen, this is just Sony, like.
You know what is going to be the thing that decides whether or not these other movies get made?
Venom.
It's if Venom does well, they're going to be like, oh, we're making everybody. They're going to go.
I got to tell you, if Venom bombs, I still think they're going to do anything anyway, because they're desperate for money. They need to make money. They need to. They're trying. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do, but they need to have a successful thing. I think they are going to still make movies that they shouldn't.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because it's like, this is what they're doing. They're throwing stuff to the wall, or whatever sticks to the wall is a success. So Venom, no. Black Cat, no. Morbius, no. It's like they're going to keep going. I mean, yeah.
I'm still waiting for them to take one of their video game movies and try to adapt it. I'm still waiting to hear them go, yeah, one of our video game things, we're going to adapt that to the big screen. I'm waiting. That's what every time I hear Sony coming out, open their mouth and going, okay, which video game are they going to try to adapt?
Well, that's the thing, though, is that video game movies are usually notoriously bad.
I know, but with Sony, with their movie genre going this way, I would not doubt it that they would attempt that.
I know that Marvel is not happy that they're going to try to do a Valiant Comics cinematic universe with their own superheroes. I know Marvel is definitely not happy about that, especially since they signed, I think, Vin Diesel to be a big friggin', they're not happy right now, Marvel. This relationship with Sony is going to start fracturing or crumbling. I'm telling you right now, because Sony is definitely testing the waters. They don't really give a shit, and they're trying to stay afloat.
Disturber pretty much between Marvel and all that.
They're pushing the envelope right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we won't see Tom Holland and a Spider-Man movie connected with Marvel. I mean, more than the second one. I don't see a third Homecoming, period. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's a shaky. The boat is shaking, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready. Sony didn't like that at all. That the Russo brothers made a comment about Venom not being in the MCU. There's stuff going on, man. Nothing's gonna stop. Nothing's gonna protect this relationship.
No.
Somebody's gonna have to give, though.
That's the thing. It's like it's because there's always the possibility that Venom does well. That Sony's like, oh yeah, we can do this. We don't.
And then that's going to be a problem.
That's the problem. That's what I'm anticipating.
That's going to be a problem for Marvel, though.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to screw up, and they're going to start throwing shit everywhere. They actually wanted to do an Aunt May movie.
Yeah.
They were actually serious about it. Everything. I mean, they were just into it, and it's like, oh no.
What would Aunt May be doing?
I don't know.
They
were going to do they were set up with the glass ceiling. They were going to have like Aunt May's a strong women leader and Peter Parker's ex-girlfriend. It's like, what? What? Black Cat. She'd be like that. She would send them on missions. Oh, Black Cat, go save this person. Oh, this one, go. What? No.
That movie would have failed, and then they would have been like, oh, the feminism, the patriarchy, they're destroying our movies. Like,
the reverse of Charlie's Angels. That's what they would have done.
Yeah.
Like Aunt May sending people on missions.
Aunt May.
Yeah.
People
she'd go buy groceries, then she had Black Cat, go take out this dictator. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Eddie Brock's causing some ruckus again. Go get him, girl.
Silver Sable, take care of that. Take care of that.
I gotta go.